How are you guys doing? It is Friday, September 4th, 2020. I here in this quarantine. I'm James Sims. And for this episode of The Elite, I will talk about Ja Morant, one of my young elite players, because the NBA did officially name him the Rookie of the Year, the 2019-2020 season. So I'm just going to walk you through a little bit of the context onto how we've gotten here with Ja Morant in terms of how we've seen him, how literally in the 2 years that we've known him, he's grown into being an All-American, a consensus All-American as a sophomore at a non-Power 5 school, to being the Rookie of the Year, the almost consensus missed Rookie of the Year by one vote. That's how dominant he was this year. So just to give you a little bit of background, I do this a little bit in my profile about Ja Morant. He's in one of my young elite NBA profiles. So Ja Morant, he is a 21-year-old point guard from South Carolina. He's about a month older than I am, so we're kind of about the same age. So like I'm a big fan. So it's cool to see someone my age really kind of dominating in the NBA like this. So he went to go play at Murray State. He wasn't highly touted coming out of South Carolina. He did go to Murray State. He did have a couple of really good seasons there. He was first team All Ohio Valley Conference his first year, but of course his second year he's the Ohio Valley Conference Player of the Year. He went on to lead the NCAA in assists while also averaging over 20 points a game. He averaged 20 and 10 in college. He was drafted second in the 2019 NBA draft behind Zion Williamson, naturally, to the Memphis Grizzlies. And the Memphis Grizzlies made a bunch of trades to kind of build a nice young core around him, centered around him and Jaren Jackson Jr., Brandon Clark, etc. You know what I'm saying? So once he got to the NBA, he was ready to kind of dominate. And with Zion Williamson being out for the first, I want to say, half of the season, Ja Morant will go on to play 67 games in a season where the Grizzlies would finish ninth in the West. He would go on to average 17.8 points, 3.9 rebounds, 7.3 assists, zero point 0.9 steals, 0.3 blocks, 3.3 turnovers a game, averaging 30 minutes a game in his rookie season. He went on to shoot 47% from the field, 33% from three, and 77% from the line in his very first NBA season. He was named he was named as a starter for the Rising Stars game. And he was the young captain. He was the go-to guy for a team that was definitely counting on him to get a chance to earn their way into the playoffs. Ja Morant put together a brilliant season filled with acrobatic highlights, high IQ plays, and incredible defense chase down plays on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. I've had some takes about him in the past, but I will admit that I am incredibly wrong. Like, no, Ja Morant is an elite young player, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for him. And considering he's a guy that's my age, coming out and doing it in the league, especially after coming out of Murray State. Now he's proven himself, and now he's letting his basketball speak for himself. If you watch him play, you can tell that he's a very brilliant point guard. He has incredible vision, incredible size, length, athleticism, and he just has an incredible motor, and you can see it in the way that he plays. Like I said, the Memphis Grizzlies would finish ninth in the West with a 34-39 record, and they would go on to face off against the Portland Trail Blazers and for a chance to play against the Los Angeles Lakers in the first round, because the winner of this would get the eighth seed in the West. And in his last game, Ja Morant would lay it all out on the floor. In 42 minutes, he would put up 35 points, 4 rebounds, and 8 assists, along with 8 turnovers. He had a plus minus of -15. But with his 35 points, 4 rebounds, and 8 assists, he shot 13 for 28 from the field, 3 for 6 from 3, and 6 for 8 from the free throw line, and he just turned 21. That should speak to how amazing and how brilliant he is as a young player, as a young talent, and how, I don't know. I think the older players in the NBA, they can trust the NBA to the younger generation because of players like Ja Morant showing what he's doing, and he can actually turn this Memphis Grizzlies franchise into a perennial Western Conference playoff threat every time. I mean every season. With them not making the playoffs this year, they get a chance to get a lottery pick, get another chance to draft another piece to fit into this puzzle. They can always make trades because their core is incredibly young. And other than, I think Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. to me are their only untouchable players. You can build a very good team around him. And once again, he's still 21. His prime season won't be for at least another 5 years. But with that said, Ja Morant is a very elite young player, and after his amazing season where he played all 67 games, willed the Memphis Grizzlies, a team that was 12th last year, to almost making the playoffs in the West, and the team they lost out to was Damian Lillard's team. I think that's a lot of I think that's a lot of progress in terms of what you can do in your rookie year. I think Ja Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies are gonna play amazing basketball, and I can't wait to see what happens to them. And for now, this is just another accolade accomplishment to add to, not just to add to his case, just to add to his career, to add to his resume. Congratulations, Ja Morant. You are elite, and the NBA is proving, or it's proving you so. With that said, I want to thank you once again for listening to all 6.5 minutes of this piece. I'm James Sims. This is The Elite. Thanks once again for hearing my piece, and peace out.